Hello, welcome to Make Kind Loud, conversations that turn up the volume. Today we are talking to Wesley Perine. What's up, Wesley?
What's going on, Miss Gary?
I am so excited. Let me tell the people about you, and
Okay,
then we're gonna jump right in.
let's do it.
All right. With over 15 years of successful experience in the training industry, Wesley Perine has proven ability to engage, interact, and educate people no matter the industry. His experience enables him to capture the attention of the listener with humor, warmth, and transparency. His company is called Next Level Training, and he has an amazing podcast called Let's Talk About It with Mr. West. He's a man of God, a husband, a father, and a son. Welcome, Wesley.
Man, thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm just excited to even try to be in a space to match your excitement and to be able to, I mean, be a part of your journey in making, Kind Loud. Ever since, we had our first interaction, this has just been so amazing. I love the fact that how you live and breathe, smiling, happy, joy and peace and love. So I'm just honored to be here with you today.
Oh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for saying yes. I appreciate that.
It's hard to tell that smile no when a person is so excited about it. She's that person who was like, hey, guess what we're getting ready to do, we're going to repave the entire Walmart parking lot. Who's in with me? And you're like, me.
Like, what did I just agree to?
Right. So, no, absolutely, man. I no, quickly saying yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So listen, man, I love your spirit. You are amazing. Just, tell me about yourself. Tell the people about you.
Wow, man, Wesley Perine, originally from Mobile, Alabama, country boy, man. Grew up in a spiritual household, grew up in a loving family, warm family, positive family, uplifting family, just with encouragement from mom being able to tell me, you can accomplish anything, son. The
Yeah.
sky's the limit. Treat people right. The the better you treat people, the more things will happen for you. So just kind of grew up, say within that narrative, and also in a house that served. I was, as my mom would call it, I grew up in that Kool-Aid house to where everybody, all my friends in the neighborhood, it was that house right there. We would come, tons of my friends, because my mom worked for for a college back home, so she worked in financial aid, so she was able to help a lot of my friends with applications when it's time to go off to
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
just all this kind of stuff. And then so just seeing how we always served and poured out to not just our own family, but just extended family and just strangers. And that just kind of stuck, right? So as I kind of grew and then got into training, I always wanted to serve. And I see,
Yeah.
training as an opportunity to be able to just really just serve others, be able to really minister within a corporate space, if you will, being able to allow engagement and excitement and smiles and allow people to really walk away from an experience with me where they feel not just educated about a topic, but they feel
Yeah.
better about themselves. And that's really what we, strive to do with Next Level Training. And just I'm a father, minister, softball coach, brother, member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So just a ton of stuff. But most importantly, I would say the main thing is just an individual put here, sent here, just to try to show somebody how good God is and try to tell as many people as I can along this way that He still lives. So that's it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I can imagine your trainings are fire, right?
Oh man, listen, man. If
Yeah,
I'm not
give me a little taste of it.
Man, listen to me. If we're not if we're not sweating, right? Like when I tell people, like you come in training, I have, and it's so diverse. I mean, training all the way from the financial industry to the service industry, from plumbers, electricians to financial advisors to business consultants to churches to restaurants. I mean, I've trained from Alabama to London to Dominican Republic, right? So there's
Yeah.
all these demographics, but fun is still fun.
Right,
No
right.
matter where you go, fun is still fun, right? And then so when you're able, I mean, you come to the trainings, you're gonna have music is gonna be playing. I mean, who can deny those musical elements known as earth, wind, and fire? You can't deny. You can't deny them. So when you come in and you got earth, wind, and fire playing and people respecting, and then I'm a person to where I feel that energy starts at the door.
Yeah,
So for me,
for sure, for sure.
I'm standing there at the door. I'm high fiving when you come in, and it's like, hey, good morning, good morning. And oftentimes, I speak to people, and then so by the time they've come into a space that's already designed, I feel that learning is best done in an atmosphere that's conducive for learning, right?
Yes, yes.
To where it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, it's going to be engaging, it's going to be impactful. And then so when they come in, we go through that moment, and then as soon as we get ready to kick off, man, just running. I tell people I can't stay still. I don't. I go to different places. They always say, "Hey, well, so we put you a podium over here. Y'all might as well not even put that in the room."
Right.
Yeah,
Why is
I'm
it
not
here?
even gonna use that. I use that to put my phone on it, but I'm gonna be moving. I'm down the aisles. Like I literally come if there's an open seat by somebody, I come sit right there by them and talk and do the train, just engage. So it's. I tell people it's really for me. It's selfish reasons, but I'm having fun. Uh,
Yeah,
and I know that I'm so blessed and so fortunate because so many people can't say that their work is fun for them. And then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I can say that I love it. It's the opportunity to meet people and to have a blank canvas, man, and to be able to create, and it's just beautiful.
What do you like? What is one of the lessons that you've learned from doing these trainings over the last 15 years?
Is that and this is a good one too. So I'm being from Alabama, we say like guys, y'all, and a lot of that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
so for me, it's always, hey guys, even with doing that, and then I've learned even this lesson, that I've taken this into coaching softball, right? So I remember I was in Colorado, and I think this was probably year 8 or 9 in training. So I'm starting to get established and that
Yeah.
thing. I got certain things kind of lined up how I wanted, and I'm training. I had this big training, and it was about I was there for 3 weeks. So training probably like close to like 100 people, and I'm just,
Right.
hey guys, all right, good morning, guys, good morning. And then I always ask for daily feedback, because one thing that I definitely want people to know, that feedback is a gift,
Mm,
right? And then so we should be open to receiving that gift, with just open arms. I mean, a person's perception, a person's opinion, needless to say, because what I do is that I'm either that night at the hotel, I'm going through, and then I have quick changes and things that I can work on. So I kind of
yeah.
categorize some things. So if it's something I can, make a quick adjustment to change that, if I said your name wrong or that kind of stuff, because those are
Right,
things,
right.
that I'm asking, right? And then so, but and it all the way like to the last day. So the last day, lady writes me this, I mean, just an amazing letter of how amazing I am as a trainer and this and how much she's learned. And she said, but the one thing that I want you to know is that I'm not a man.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I'm not a
yeah,
man. And that just stuck with me, because it was just like I'm always, hey guys, guys. And then so in that moment, it allowed me to even be more, just to be more sensitive, because I could have been like, well, hey, I mean, of course I know that, you this, that, and the other. But no, but it really, it made me realize those things that I always tell, trainers that I'm certifying, like you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's to listen more and talk less.
yeah,
So the better you listen, that's the better that you can speak, right? So for me to be able to hear that and to understand, to even, to make that transition as I'm, coaching girls softball, and I'm saying, hey ladies. And so now to have that in that, to be able to make that change, and to be able to be more sensitive, more respectful, more mindful, more aware,
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
who's in the room, and not just using vernacular that's comfortable for me, but I'm trying, I make sure that I use vernacular that's comfortable and conducive for everybody in the room.
Yeah. I love that. And I'm glad that she not only gave you a glowing report, but also was like, and by the way.
And by the way, and please, whatever you do, don't forget this. Don't forget this. And in bold, I mean, handwritten, nice person. I can tell she wrote a ton of letters when she was a young,
It was
a lady.
uppercase, outlined a couple times.
And like bracketed, strong bracketed, like she had, make sure you get this.
She went over there several times.
Yeah. Oh yes.
I
am. Not. I'm not. I don't. I understand. I know you've told me a lot of things that I am this week. You told me I was great. You told me I was confident. I'm gonna be a great agent. I'm gonna do all that. But one thing I'm not. I'll tell you that. So,
but that was impactful for you, right?
Oh man, that stuck, man. I mean, that was 8 years ago. Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah.
Easy. And that's my example. Like I give that example so often to trainers that I'm certifying. When trainers say, okay, when I'm, getting other new, and especially new trainers, right? Because it's easy to have a conversation with a group of people in what's comfortable for you. It's just, natural to do that, for us to communicate within our own skin, and I think, and I just, how it parallels to your story of just having to realize, like, well, how do I sound? Not just, what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, and that whole thing. And just because it sounds good in my head, or just because it sounds good to me, but does it sound good for the room? Does it sound good for the moment? Does it sound good, in this situation, so yeah. So I mean, that was huge, and something, that I use not just in training, but I use it in ministry. Like I said, I use it in softball, and just in natural talking to people now.
I love that. How long have you been a coach?
Oh man, 4 years. And
your daughter plays?
Yes. Her daughter plays softball, big softball. And I got swindled into that. Because, I'm that parent to where I practice with my daughter at home. Right. There's a certain level of expectation, and then just knowing and just playing, and playing the sport and that whole thing. But we would practice at home. And then when it was time for practice, so if practice would start at 6, we were typically at the park by like 5:15, so we're at the park by 5:15, and we're practicing before practice start. And then I'm sitting down. So what happened was that more parents started showing up earlier to be there while I was practicing with my daughter.
Right.
And then so the other coach, and then so the other coach was like, "Hey, you ever thought about coaching?" I was like, "No, I got other stuff going on too." So it was like, yeah. So then I ended up like, it was like, well, we'd love for you to help out. So I ended up helping out. Coming and started with helping out, and then so that coach left.
Right.
Like, whoa.
Wait, I was just helping out.
I was the every once in a while, I was going to be the filler of the filler. Right. Then it went to boom, like head coach. So really learning, diving into YouTube videos, asking a bunch of questions, reading, researching how to be a impactful coach. And one of the things that I realized is care.
That's the number one, because if the kids feel it, then they'll pretty much whatever. Yeah.
Perform for you when they know that you care.
Yeah. So I coached basketball for several years. My babies are adults now. They are 23, 24.
Oh yeah.
And it's they're young women. But it's the same thing. As long as they felt that you cared about them and that you wanted what was best for them, they would give their all every single time. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And so I have like anywhere between 12 and 15-year-olds, and I always tell the story, man. I remember when these girls were like, they were like 10, 11.
Yeah.
And they would do anything. And then it's like when they got to 12, and like when they shifted between 12 and 13, it's like they just lost their mind.
Oh yeah.
They lost it. It went from just let's play softball Now we 13, coach, you got a scrunchie, we got makeup, we got this. What are we doing? What are we
Right.
doing? Yeah. So then I got my daughter, and it just, I mean, some practices will just be an emotional roller coaster. Some practices,
And you're like, what's going
yeah.
on? What
What is
happened?
happening? What is happening to us right now? I remember one game, they're supposed to be warming up. I'm getting the lineup and everything situated. I look out there in the outfield, everybody's on one knee and they're down. And I'm thinking, like, oh, like, I'm thinking, is
What
somebody
happened?
hurt? I didn't see it, so I'm running over there. One of the girls is crying, and then I'm like, okay, like, what happened? Coach, wait a minute, she's going through a breakup. What? Wait a minute, we don't get up. Everybody take a lap. Let's go. Take a lap. Let's go. Let's run. We're gonna run our tears away. We're gonna run till we feel better. Coach, we got a game with it. We're gonna wait. We're gonna run till we back happy. We're gonna run till we forget about it. How about that? Let's go.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, man. I mean, they just crowded around. I'm like, I thought she got hit with a ball. Oh my God, I'm running over there. Y'all talking about she going through a breakup?
We had a game to play.
We got a game to play. And we lost. Louis, we lost. And I still blame it. I'll tell you, look, if I ever see the boy, we gotta have some conversation.
It's his fault.
It's his fault. And I
Because
need
the whole team was down on one knee.
the whole team. What you did when you text her before the game, it changed everything.
First of all, you knew she had a game.
You knew she had a game. You knew she had a game. You did it on purpose. So I find that real petty. And that real petty. And I just, and I think that's the kind of person that needs to like hear this show. Be kind of loud. That was not making kindness loud at that moment.
That is hilarious. Yeah, it's going through like all their emotions, but it's beautiful that you like were like, whatever, take a lap.
Wow, come on, let's go.
We got to get ready for this game that we're gonna lose because of this boy.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is hilarious. That brings back so many memories of coaching. Oh man, those kids are so funny. They are hilarious.
Especially, when they grow with you and you kind of see them year over year
Yeah,
and
for sure.
man, and it just to be able to be, and it really pushed me to try to even being a better example. Of course I have my daughter, but
Yeah,
even within our dynamic, because it was softball that really created that positive energy for me and my daughter. I mean, she's my stepdaughter, but I call her my daughter, right? She's kind of,
right. Yeah,
been
yeah,
in my
yeah.
life since she was, 6 years old. But in that moment, because it was softball to where like that's our connection. That's
That's y'all's thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
thing. That's our space, right? Where we're able to have conversations and being able to work and grow and develop, so because within those other areas her mom is pouring into her,
yeah,
so it gives me everything else. For me, it's just showing the example, right? So it really, in coaching those girls, I was able to see that there were several fathers missing,
yeah,
in that space, right? And
yeah.
it's like, okay, so it gave me an opportunity to really strengthen that, to say, okay, wow, okay, God, now I may have been thinking about just this was about softball.
Yeah, it's
I-
bigger, much bigger than that.
It was so much bigger,
Yeah.
still just to be, to when they can say, hey coach, I just got my learner's permit, or hey coach, I'm learning how to drive, and hey coach, I'm going to the prom, and I just wanted to let you see the guy, and it was just just
Yeah.
like little things, like wow, okay,
It's little things, but it's big things.
it's
You know
big
what I
thing,
mean?
big thing,
So like
yeah,
it might seem little, but it's not. Like y'all have developed that bond, that trust that
yeah,
they want to share that with you, right?
right,
So like
right,
from my basketball baby, I call them my babies. Like those were my babies, right? And so some of the 24-year-olds have kids, and so those are my grandkids, right? And so I'm like, this is my grandson, and it's just beautiful that they allow me to continue to be a part of their lives even years later. So it's
yeah,
amazing.
and that's what I hope, man, because I had with my daughter Ariel, and then so and just learning like the different dynamics of her friends and that whole thing, and just how they're competitive in that space, and so they're one of the young ladies who used to pitch for me, and now she's in high school now,
Yeah.
And and then so my first opportunity, like that was my first time to go in to see, like them. Now she's in high school, and I'm going to watch her in high
Yeah.
school. So like I'm sitting in the stands, man, and I was, oh my God, man, that was just a proud moment, man,
I
for
love
me.
that. Yeah.
That it just, I mean, I was just watching Nevaeh pitch, man, and just her mom, I mean, shout out to Liz and Nevaeh, man, and their family, man, and just for allowing me to be a part of that opportunity and just, on that journey. So when COVID-19 hit and just kind of put a halt on everything, man, I was like, oh man, we just getting ready to start the season, and it was just, I mean, just exciting time. So I mean, we're definitely excited about getting back, when everything is in place, getting back to the diamond.
Yeah, for sure. I love your spirit, man. It sounds like, you're just a role model. You posted something. We just became Facebook friends not too long ago, but you posted something. Um, Tariq, is it Tariq?
Yes, Tarek.
Yeah,
Tarek,
Tarek.
right.
Tarek. I was reading that. I was going through the comments. I was cracking up.
Tarek Reed.
Tell us that story.
So T Rainey, man. So listen, all right. So at my church, Impact Church, DFW, just an amazing, amazing ministry. Shout out to all Impact family. Love you guys. But um, our men's ministry is it's something like no. I mean, it's a brotherhood like no other. Like it's loving, it's growing, it's pushing. But when I say it's funny and jokes and roasting, I mean there is that I have countless group chats in my phone that pop up like throughout the day. Somebody, and then like if they catch you in a picture at church, if you're doing something funny, they post it or they do this, and then everybody start commenting. I mean, and it's one of those things that just draw me into that,
Yeah.
just that camaraderie, right? To that friendship and that ability to laugh. Because I remember we were at a men's conference, and one of the things that he said that typically most men by the age of 42 years old no longer have a best friend.
Mm,
They have people that they associate with, but they get so busy in their lives and their day to day that they never have a person, because as women, like you guys have best friends that you talk to, you catch up with, and that
yeah.
kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but as men, we kind of turn into ourselves, right? And then it's just amazing how the men of Impact, man, when I'm able to like call like my brother Tori and Gary, and we get an Al, man, and we got a group chat going on, and we laughing at Tarek. So it was a picture. Tarek sends me this picture,
Okay.
right, and then he already knew. So when he texts me, Tarek says, "Man, listen, what in the world do you think you were telling me in this picture 5 years ago?"
Right.
You know, Tarek is one of the smallest guys I know in stature. Like I'm like 6'4", Tarek is like 5 foot, maybe something. And then, but the thing is, he has the biggest heart. He got the heart of a giant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heart of a
Yeah.
giant. When he's just that kind of a guy, right? And then so his son now is taller than him. One of his sons is taller than him. He's in the sports now. He's like 8th grade, 9th grade. He walk around with his shirt off all the time and all that. So we always make fun of him, say, your son's gonna beat you up. So he sends me this picture of me, at church. We at church, like in the front of the church, and I don't even remember what we were talking about, because our camera guy D Goy, like he gets some of the best pictures. He be
Yeah.
he gonna get pictures from everywhere. So I'm leaning over him and I tell him, I said, man, I remember exactly what it was I was telling you 5 years ago, that your son is gonna get taller than you one day, and he probably gonna beat you up. And I was also telling you that weeping may endure for a night, joy cometh in the morning, but you
Right.
will not get taller. Like that's it. That's it. And then when and the shirt that he had on, I said, man. And when he went back to his closet and posted the picture of him having that shirt,
It still fits.
it still fits. It still fits. Man, Tarek hadn't bought clothes since 3rd grade. I mean, since 3rd grade uniforms, he hadn't bought clothes. But nah, man, that's one of and that's just one of the things that impact, man. Like we are loving church, we
Yeah.
are fun church, man. That's when I think when we really look at one of the things of just like rethinking churches, how can we be different, right?
Yeah.
How can we think outside the box in church, and just praising God and loving folks should be fun, and that's why that's why I love every time that we interact. If nothing else, we gonna laugh. Like when I had
Yeah,
you
for
on the
sure.
show, we just say like we gonna laugh, right? And that's I feel like so many people, Louisa, walk around with headaches, stomach aches, they back hurting, they frustrated, they mad. They just need a good laugh and a good hug.
And
That's
that's
it.
it.
That's
Yeah.
it. You don't need no Tylenol. You don't need no Pepto Bismol. You don't need none of that. You just need a laugh and a good hug, and go somewhere and sit down.
And sit down somewhere and be
That's
all right.
it. And be all right.
And just be fine, okay?
That's it. That's
Man,
it.
you are hilarious. Monica Dawson just said you're hilarious. Tamara Mentor is on here. So
What's up, family? What's up? What's up, guys? What's up?
listen, I know you have a story about bow ties that I want to hear. Tell
Yeah.
me about the bow ties.
So, normally I would have on a bow tie, wear bow ties every day. Had on one earlier during my earlier meetings and that kind of stuff. But I put on my work shirt, so I'm coming to meet with Miss Louisa. I want to have on my professional shirt here. So,
That's
but
hilarious.
no, now guys, man, bow tie story. Many people who know me, they know that that's can really like my trademark. See, I got a picture back there on the wall, bow tie. I can't see others, but I have tons of bow tie art around me. So just a ton of stuff. Just one of my latest ones. I like showing this painting. So these
Oh,
like
yeah,
kind of
that's
replica of all that. So got
fire.
that going. But got into bow ties, even on the logo. There's my bow tie there, and then so have the bow tie because when I was 14 years old, Luis, I got my first job.
Okay.
It was at Al's Hot Dogs. So it was at a hot dog restaurant downtown Mobile, and I was operating a hot dog cart. Louisa, I'm talking about I was mean with it. Chili, I come with it. Boom, one scoop, bring it back. Drop my chili spoon. Boom, come with left hand, pick up cheese, and I'm bringing your cheese back. It's all in
Right.
the show. It's all in the show. It's all in the show. Boom, when you take that, like I felt like we started the whole Salt Bay thing because if you wasn't
When
rolling,
we did that right there, right there.
you wasn't that lettuce down there, and you take that pickle, you want to take the pickle and you stand it up top and let it drop. You let it
That
drop.
is awesome.
That's it. So boom. I mean, like, no, you're gonna get a real hot dog right there, right? So boom, coming down, working there. But there was a guy by the name of Larry. Larry who was homeless.
Yeah.
And Larry would always be at the restaurant every morning when we would open up because that evening we would always put the trash in the boxes at the front of the restaurant. So Larry was always there to help us open. And Mr. Al, he would either pay Larry in money or pay him, in food or whatnot. But this one day in particular, Larry asked me for $1. I said,
Mm.
okay, all right. So I give Larry $1. And the crazy part, like Larry had never asked me for money before. That wasn't his thing. He's gonna
Right.
come work, do that. So Larry asked me for $1. So I give Larry the dollar. And me and Larry, we're talking. And there's two things that I learned from Larry that day. First thing I learned from Larry is never judge a book by its cover.
Mm.
Even though Larry was homeless, Larry was a brilliant individual. He had graduated from a good school, had a good job, but Larry fell subject to alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
He had lost his job, lost his family. Second thing I learned from Larry was that he always wanted to teach his son how to fold a dollar. So I sat there with Larry, and me and Larry worked on that dollar almost 2 hours sitting on the curb.
Mm.
And when we got done folding the dollar was a bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
So I wear bow ties every day to remind me to stay humble. And the things that I've been blessed with can be taken from me just like that. So within the logo of my company, there's a tree. And around that tree is the bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's hands coming up because I feel that that God has positioned for me to be a blessing to people, to making sure that as I align my life with Him, that I allow those people to see Him through me being humble.
I love that. That's beautiful. And how old were you? You said how old were you?
14.
You were
So
14.
yeah, so now I got probably like over 300. This just because we in the office right now. This I can just show you this real quick. So we got this one of the bags, man. I got like like 300
Oh
books in there
wow.
with
Yeah.
time. Yeah. So we have them from all occasions. All occasions. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I got your camo. Even when I go hunting, 'cause, I'm a big hunter. We go out there and do that. We put one on for the woods. We got camo. It doesn't
I
matter.
love that. I
It
love
doesn't
that.
matter.
I love the fact that at 14,
Yes,
you were the hot dog champion. You were the artist, the hot dog artist, right?
the man of hot dogs.
You were the man of hot dogs.
Yeah,
But you said that y'all sat there for 2 hours
right,
folding this dollar.
right,
14-year-old
right.
who is sitting down with Larry,
The homeless guy.
the homeless guy,
The homeless guy. Right,
letting Larry pour into you
right.
for 2 hours about how to fold this dollar.
And
And
didn't know where we were going. Like didn't know. I'm just like just literally sitting there with Larry.
yeah,
You
and
know?
that story has stayed with you, and you use that in everything that you do.
Everything.
That is
Yeah.
beautiful. That right there is the essence of who you are and how you live. And I appreciate that about you because
No,
that is beautiful.
no, absolutely. Just having that opportunity to really just, to learn. Um, my mom would often say, son, anybody can teach you something,
Yeah,
and that just, so, and just sometimes we just have to be patient enough, to learn and to listen, especially with our elders, man. And I mean, shout out to all of our seniors, shout out to all of our elders with so much wisdom and, so much stuff. I mean, because I always try to find time to just sit at their feet,
yeah,
like literally sit at their feet. When I can get with my aunts and my church mothers and that kind of stuff, I just want to sit at their feet and just and be able to try to take in whatever they want to give me,
yeah.
whatever they want to give me. So absolutely.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Man, we could sit here and talk for forever, as you know.
Man, absolutely, Louisa, man. Look, man, listen, Louisa, man, you always had your hair so nicely twisted and shiny and ready to go. Louisa, listen to me. I'm so tired of rocking this. I tell her, man, this is like my Morgan Freeman. I'll lean on me. I got that. My hair getting thick, man. I got the enemy is here. Get the chains off the doors.
Chase out the door.
Sam,
Cold red.
cold red, cold red. You want to kill yourself? You want to kill yourself?
Listen, son. With the chest. He all on his chest. He's all on his chest. It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
Son. Take a bow, Miss Lewis. You just wrote our new alma mater.
But I like how you said that because he was mean. He was mean.
Oh, he was mean.
It was a mission to his madness, right?
Yeah.
And so he came in and said, "Who told you to change this song?"
Who told you to change the song? That's what I mean. Who gave? Well,
No
Dr.
one.
Clark, Dr. Clark, the children felt that the song. Now she threw the children under the bus on the low. Well, the children felt. Right. I don't want to lose my job because of y'all.
Right. It was y'all fault. So yeah.
The song was just a little bit boring.
Boring.
Boring. The school song is boring. Well, take a bow, Miss Lewis. Just wrote I knew alma mater.
All the kids are like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he had just fired the
Oh, yeah.
previous.
Oh, you out of here. Oh, you out of here. You out of here. Joe Clark.
This Lewis was about to get fired.
Joe
Okay.
Clark is going to get you out of here, man. You're not going to play with Joe Clark. No.
Then they try to say, you cannot fire. Well, I did. I fired her. She got.
Yeah. She's no longer here. She's no longer here.
So you do not have the authority.
She's not at this school.
I don't know where she's teaching, but she ain't teaching here.
I know that. I know I got a substitute in there now. I know that.
Oh my God. Oh, I
Yeah.
needed that laugh. Thank you. Oh, that was good. Listen, Wesley, you are amazing. I love what you're doing in the world. Check him out on his podcast. Let's talk about it with Mr. West.
Yes.
You need some
Every
training,
Thursday.
hit him
Every
up. Oh, every Thursday is a podcast.
yeah.
If you need training, hit him up on Next Level Training.
Yes.
And just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep being that light in this world. We need it. We need people like you to stand tall and get out there and be a beacon because the world needs you. And I'm glad that you're in it. And I'm glad that I know you.
Man, completely agree. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity just to share in laughter, share in love, and share in hope, for so many others. I'm excited about, being a part of this journey with you. And I'm looking forward to, us both grabbing as many people as we can and just pulling them along. Pulling them along. I think we've gotten past the point of asking people to be happy. Now we just got to push them to a point.
You're going to
Like,
be happy today.
you gonna be happy today. Come on. Come on. Come on. I mean, come
I
on.
love it. I
So yeah,
love it.
absolutely, man. Can't wait for us to do this again. I gotta look, we gonna I'm getting ready to do a segment called Old Movies on the podcast. I already see I'm gonna have you on because you know scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm the queen. I'm not very boastful, but I could do some movies now. What you
That's
can't
what
give
we're
me,
looking for.
you can't
Yes.
give me Color Purple. I got you. Okay, Coming to America, man. Listen, put me up against anybody, and
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We
got
going scenes. We going scenes. We putting the movies together. We getting everybody. So stay close to your phone because I'm hitting you up. I'm already telling you. So we get ready to put that together. If anybody else watching this show right now, and if you think you want to be a part of this, we doing scenes. And the thing is, you can't just do a couple words. No, we talk
No,
about do the scene.
you need to
Do
act it.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, I need the scene. I like I said, we talk about coming to America. I need when Sammy bought the hot tub. Do the scene. Don't do it now.
Oh,
No,
not right now.
to go.
Not right now.
No,
Okay.
but that's what I'm talking about when we say the scene, right? Yeah, that we want that moment. So yeah, so we getting ready to put that together, man.
Okay.
And
I'm just saying, 'cause I was ready to go.
I
Listen,
know it. Oh,
that's
one
my
more thing, guys. Last night we having a week's worth of word. So the revival. I just got a text message about this. Somebody's like, say something about the revival. So like week's worth of word. I'm sorry.
I love it. What you doing? Talk about the revival.
So guys, let's talk about it with Mr. West Podcast. We have been hosting a online revival that has been amazing. So we started Monday. We had Pastor Dawkins on Monday, Minister Demeter Crosby on Tuesday, Pastor Marvin Liu on Wednesday. Last night we had Pastor Jason Johnson. Tonight we are wrapping up the last night. Tune in. Go to either my YouTube page, Wesley Perine, or go to my Facebook. Same name, Wesley Perine, and you can find Week's Worth of Word online revival tonight at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Tune in. All right.
Tune in tonight. It has been fire. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I have caught it. And y'all are putting some words out there, so I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Listen, man, I appreciate you. I'll be looking for that text about the movie podcast. Don't leave me hanging, Wesley. I'm telling you, don't leave me.
I got you. Listen, when you did, because like we're constantly building like this show. So I'm saying, so Tiffany, don't let me forget. So Tiffany runs the admin for our show. So I know she's gonna be on there. Don't let me forget. We got Louisa because we always trying to figure out, okay, who we're gonna have the people who can do it, because some people know movies, like they know the title of the movie, they may know some of the actors, but those scenes, right? But so when you did that Lean on Me scene with me, I was like, oh yeah, Louisa, you know the scene, yes, so that's what we want to do.
Classic.
Yes, let's relive them scenes and unpack those moments. Yes,
I'm gonna come with props. Yeah. Can we do this next week? I'm already ready. Okay. I'm getting ready today. I'm gonna have
Louisa said, come on, whoever, I'm the queen, baby.
I'm not boastful, but I got you on something. Now, American Color Purple, lead on me. You can't get me on those three, okay? For sure.
Which three? Tell me the three.
Coming to America.
Come to America.
Color Purple.
Color Purple.
Lean on Me.
All right. So,
Those three
so
you
my
can't
challenge,
think of.
I'm looking for somebody. So if you out there, you think you can handle Louisa, because that's what I'm looking for. I was gonna go a group. We'll go split screen, Louisa on one side, you on the other side, and how they've been doing the versus battles on Instagram Live. We're gonna have verses with these movies. We're going scene for scene. Who think that they can battle Louisa Garrett in scene for scene movies? Let me
I'm
know.
ready.
Here we go.
I'm ready. Yeah. Okay, listen. We gotta go. This has been Make Kind Loud, conversations that turn up the volume. Today we were talking with Wesley Perine, an all-around great guy. He has next level training. He has Let's Talk About It podcast with Mr. West. He is a pastor at the Impact Church DFW. He's just pouring into the world, and we appreciate you. Thank you again, Wesley, for saying yes and coming on and sharing your light with us. We needed that today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me once again, and look forward to us doing so many amazing things together in the future.
Perfect. We'll see you guys next week on another episode of Make Kind Loud, conversations that turn up the volume. See you guys.